Another day, another very arduous day that we're going to be working on the truck again. So I've been kind of been petering around with this thing all week. So now I've got some carbon fiber wrap to make it look pretty, and I got switches in here. I had switches like this. This one here is different from the makes in there, so I actually had to buy 3 new switches so they're all the same. Yeah, OCD that way. They all had different throws, all different prices. I ended up sending one back to Princess Auto because, well, it was twice as long as this and it didn't fit where I want it to really fit. So, therefore, 3 switches, all the same make, all the same amperage and whatnot. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we've got one for the starter, one for my boost, one for the inverter. We got one for the battery in here. We got another one for the battery in here. And the third battery over there has got its own. I was rigging that one up last night. So now I basically got to start building some cable and fire it into the hole. I also have the solenoids in the back and the circuit breakers for my alternators. It's all kind of plumbed up. And then I've got the common pins for where everything's going to be. That's what I've got so far. I don't think I'm going to be updating you too much because this is going to take a forever amount of time. It's taken, I'd say 4 days to get this much done during the week that I haven't got video for, because it's 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours here, 2 hours there, and it's just, why start the video? So I figured this weekend I'll drag you along and I'll see what I can do. Right now the back seat is being pulled apart, so now it's a real gong show because most of the solenoids and the fuses and all the other shit are missing and put in here. So I'll throw up the time lapse and we'll go from there. Alright peeps, update time. I didn't have the time lapse running. I've been running around with basically my ass cut off today. I had one of my normal customers come up and wanted me to inspect one of his trucks that he just bought, just to see if it's worthy to fix. So it's still sitting out there waiting to get the parts and pieces and whatnot for it. Then I was talking to the neighbor and that lasted for a bit, and then I was talking to my parents and that lasted for a bit. So I didn't get as much as I wanted accomplished, but it's a lazy day. It's nice and warm outside, but I did get quite a substantial amount done. So, come on, door, open. Pretty much everything here is gone, except for the 3 studs that I need for main power, accessories, and whatnot. I've extended some of the wires for the 3 alternators and main feed. There's another one down there for the 4th alternator, but I'm just gonna forget about that one. And then we're in here. Now, I've run into a small snag, and I gotta figure out. The inverter used to sit in behind these switches. Well, the amount of cable that goes up and down for the positive switch, I can't have the inverter and the cables occupying the same space. So the inverter is going to have to move. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just flap it up underneath. It'll be a lot easier to get at anyway. Problem the second is that board is right at the same height as that handle. So I slammed the door and realized that I made a boo-boo. So I got to raise or lower that shelf a little bit, which means the plate that I just cut out for this is going to be the wrong size, regardless of which way I go. So I got to figure that out tomorrow. But I've got the main switch for, well, the battery I still have to put in because the battery's not here. But I still got to put the main feed in for the battery from the fuse. They're going to go up from underneath to the post. And then from there, it's going to go up to the switch, come back down the switch, and then go to those pins. So that's pretty much done now. These 3 here for the alternator, they're run to the pins, and then I've got to still sort these ones out. Like I said, the inverter's out of the way, and then the boost wires, they're dangling down there and they're too short to get into the box. So I got to do the same thing. I got to extend them. I've got a massive red cable there that I'm going to hook both of them together and then run them up into the box here and then hook them into one of those solenoids. Other than that, I am basically pooped for today, so I'm going to call it for now, and then I'll get back at this tomorrow. So yeah, there's not going to be any time lapse for right now for me doing this, just because I've been just kind of running around doing things, pulling cables out. It's not really all that exciting, but that's what I'm basically doing today. And then I've been kind of peering over at that truck to see what it needs. It needs quite a bit of front end work, so I was getting a price list ready for that. But yeah, well, we might bring you along on that one too, or not. I don't know. It all depends on what I feel like. But for now, I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to go in and soak my troubles away. So we're done for today. Hello there. Update time. So I've been on this for now 2 days. Started fairly early this morning and got a fairly good dent made out of this thing. I just ran the starter wire that's on literally the other side of the truck. It's now coming over to the truck. We'll go from that wire, goes down, under, over the center mount, goes all the way down the other side of the truck and then into the starter. Normally, from Chev, it goes from starter around the front where the red is, down and up into a junction box up there, and then comes down or goes up to the battery and then does its thing there. But now I have got to run it from here with this heavy ass cable all the way over to the other side and down. I've had to extend it because it used to be underneath the back seat, so I've had to extend it. So this is not all of it. But yeah, it'll sit on that fuse. I don't have boost fuse for front and back plugs to run power out to them. Boost. So if I have anybody else that needs problems, I can share my power with them. Or in this case, it's also for the winch. So it's double use. I plug the earth mover over there into where that one plugs into. There's a front and rear Anderson plug, much like these guys on the front and rear of the truck. And then they have their cables. So I have that on the front and rear, and then I have the inverters already plugged in. It's actually sitting under there now. So there's where the inverter's now going to sit, because I don't have enough room with the cables and shit in here. Tried, I failed, tried and failed. So, and then I had a problem with the door, so I had to move the shelf up anyway. So it slides right underneath there, nice and willy-nilly. And then this one's the main, and that one's the accessory, which then the bolt from underneath goes down and does this. It goes from the board, it goes right into the battery. So it goes up, under, and then through, and then up. It's probably not the ideal way of doing it, but it's a cheater way of doing it. So I'm going to cheat. The other battery right now is over in my auxiliary tank. I got to fuel up the car. But yeah, I ran out of solder, so I can't put an end on this one to finish up the starter, see if I can get it started today. Well, poop. So that's me in a nutshell for this weekend. It's a short and sweet video, but whatever. So the back is now still in disarray, but now all the shit is out here, and then I've still got the 3 pins that go over there. They're hooked up now. They go to the 3 pins back here now. And then I've got the wall back there that's kind of hiding all the switches and whatnot. And then these 2 go up to the switch. So now that's basically what we're going to be doing. So that's in the on position. And that's in the off position. So now I can kill all 3 batteries. The other one's over on the other end, and it still hasn't been quite hooked up yet. I still got to put ground to it, stuff it in and then put a positive to it. But these two here are basically ready to go. The ground goes through a hole and fell out of the floor, and I haven't hooked it back up yet. Because I need to get the battery out in order to get the starter wire in, because it just went right into it. But yeah, like I said, that's short and sweet. No time lapse, because I'm all over the freaking place, so it was pointless to have it. So now it is hotter than a dog's ass out here. I think they said 31. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 29 degrees Celsius.
Ah,
Tonight, expect a low of 10 degrees.
close
Have
enough.
a wonderful evening.
God damn it. Will you shut up? So yeah, close enough. It's hotter than the dog's ass, and it's getting kind of sticky inside the garage here. I've tried to keep the doors as closed as possible today, and it has gotten to the point now where it is fucking hot in here. So I guess I gotta open the door and fuel the car, and then I'm calling it a day. So I'll be back at this thing probably later this week, finishing it up, and I'll bring you along the next time I have anything major. So see ya.